Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy and I like to talk about makeup panning, nail polish, and sometimes things going on in my real life. This is my monthly update for Throwback 30. I missed last month, so we have a little bit of catching up to do. So if this is something you are interested in, then hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. Throwback 30 is a PANtastic Ladies Collab group project. It was created by Jessica Lee, and it takes 30 of the projects from the Facebook group and throws them all into one project, so you can work on a little bit at a time, and you work on one prompt from each project. That's pretty simple because we don't have time to work on every project, and there are some fun ones out there, but you know, we all have to manage our time. We have, you know, only one face, one body, one hair, you know, one head of hair. Anyway, let's get into the way I am doing this. The project started, by the way, on July 28th of 2025 and goes until July 28th of 2026. There are 30 prompts, and I have decided to bring in 6 prompts every update. And yes, for 5 rounds. Since I missed last month, I will be bringing in new prompts this month. And you know, we'll just be a month behind, but it's only, you know, 5 there's only one more update to bring in prompts, and then I'll have brought in all 30. So, that being said, let's talk about what I've been working on. The first prompt that is still in is for the 4 seasons, and I just went with fall. For that, I brought in, I did not mark this. Okay, I brought in the bath gel from Tree Hut. This is Pumpkin Spice Latte because that is very fall themed. And I am working on trying to finish this. No, I'm using it 30 times. Whew, I'm trying to finish this? No. So when I brought it into the project, we were right there at the top of the label. We were there last time, and now we're down there. Not much change. I don't use a whole lot when I use it, and I only use it occasionally because I only use it when I'm home. And with the holidays and everything, I have not been home as often. So yeah, slow going. So since I'm doing 30 uses and not finished, I don't have to worry about the progress so much. But last time I updated, I had used it 3 times, and since then I've used it twice. Told you I haven't been using it very much, so 5 uses out of 30. So I have 25 more uses left to go, and I can't find my pen. Now I've got my pen, and we're all set and ready. Alright, the next prompt is for 50 Shades of Black. And for that, I brought in a nail polish from Zoya. This is the shade Raven. It is black, and there is a subtle shimmer in it. But basically, when you wear it, that shimmer is not noticeable unless you're in really direct, bright sunlight, and then it's very subtle. But I brought this in for 5 uses. Since bringing it in, I have used it once. So I have 4 more uses left to go. Alright, jumping down, the next project prompt I brought in is for 50 Shades of Pink. That is anything pink. And I brought in the Skin Science Firming Retinol and Collagen Face Serum. And my goal for this is to finish it. So we started somewhere up here. The line has rubbed off. I believe this is my last mark, and now we're down here. So made some good progress. I do decant some of this to take with me while I'm traveling and to get use on it, because this is in a glass bottle. I don't want to take it with me. Also, it's quite large, but I do have a smaller bottle I decant it in, so it does get use while I'm traveling, so it's not an excuse. The only excuse is I don't always do my skincare while I am away. Because, you know, when you're taking care of pets, you know, self-care can become lax in my case. But anyway, that is still going. I am not tracking usage, so yeah, we're just tracking volume. The next is for 50 Shades of Purple, and for that, I brought in a purple package. This is from Maybelline. It is their Color Riche, I think. Color Sensational lipstick in pitch black. I am wearing it today. It is a black lipstick. It's sort of a sheer lipstick. It is buildable. My goal for this is to wear it 30 times. At the last update, I had worn it once, and since then, I've worn it 3 more times, bringing me to 4 uses out of 30. So I have 26 more uses left to go. But, you know, I could wear lipstick every day black lipstick every day if I wanted to, but I have other lipsticks I'm trying to use too. So that's why I haven't gotten more uses on it. Alright, the next prompt is for 50 Shades of Yellow Gold, and for that I brought in my Sun Bum Face SPF because it is the lovely yellow packaging. My goal with this is to finish it. I should be using this every day. I'm not right now because it is winter and it's not as sunny and I don't get out very often, but we were up there either when I brought it in or at the last update, and now we are down to there, so I have used it a little bit. I did have this in another project for 5 uses. It was in Deck of Panning. I got 5 uses, maybe a few more. But yeah, I need to continue working on this to get it done by July, which should not be a problem once, you know, it's not winter. I have a lot of products sitting here, so I'm trying to put things down carefully so I don't knock anything over. Alright, the next prompt I brought in is another Pan Bites the Dust. This is a Queen project, and I randomly selected the prompt Bicycle Race. Something in a circular package or circular product. At the time, I brought in my Complex Culture Sun Bath Bronzer, and at the time it was in a round compact. It's still round, but it's on the inside. I did repress this into another pan because it was loose and it was just not working out for me that way. So this is it here, now pressed into this pan. It's not quite a full pan. You can see there is still edges showing in some places, but I think once I start using this, this will go rather quickly. It is a nice shade. There it is, swatched on the back of my hand. I am not wearing it today, but I've yet to put it in a makeup basket since repressing it. So once it's in my makeup basket, I will start using it. But so far, oh no, that's not true. That's not true at all. Because before I repressed it, I had been using it last month in a makeup basket, or previously. Whenever, back in July, because I brought it in the first month. Alright, so my goal is to use it 19 times. Because Bicycle Race is prompt 19 in the original project, and at the last update I'd used it 13 times. Since then I've used it 3 more times, so I've used it 16 times. I have 3 more uses left to go and this will be done. So I'm a lot closer to meeting my goal on this than I thought I was. But still, have not met my goal. Haven't used it since I repressed it a couple months ago. Alright, next is for Beauty and the Beast. I randomly selected Wood Chopper, and that is something that is on the chopping block. For me, that is a miniature nail polish from e.l.f. This guy here, a little white cream. This is from their Game Up collection. I called it number 1. And yeah, this is a white that is in a small bottle that is hard. It keeps thickening up. The cap is hard to keep clean, and then the polish thickens up. So I don't know if I want to keep working on this. I did have it in a project, maybe this project last year, to try and finish, and all my marks have rubbed off. But we are about halfway through the bottle. I think you might be able to see it better on this side. Can you see? There we go. So it's about halfway done. bringing it into this project, my goal is to use it 5 times. So far, I have used it once. So I have 4 more uses left to go. And then I may or may not get rid of it because I have other white polishes I could use easier. We'll see. I mean, you know, 4 uses from now, I might, you know, decide to just chuck it, or I might continue trying to finish it. Either way, moving on to the next prompt. The next prompt is for Beauty A to Z, where you randomly select a letter of the alphabet and work on a project with that letter. And I randomly selected the letter E, so I brought in an eyeshadow from my Corpse Bride palette from Revolution. This is a butterfly palette. And I brought in the shade Eternal Love, which is this little minty green one right here. It is a lovely shimmery mint. I am wearing it today just a little bit in the inner corner and the inner corner of my look. Inner lid and the inner corner of my eye look. My goal with this is to use it 10 times, counting today's use, which I didn't mark. I have 11 uses. No, sorry, 6 uses out of 10. So I have 4 more uses left to go on that one. I can math. Alright, moving on. The next prompt is for Child of the 80s. And for that, I randomly selected 16 Candles, a product that makes all your wishes come true. And I brought in the Good Molecules Hydrating Facial Cleansing Gel. I bought this to try, and I really do enjoy it, and I think I will probably continue to repurchase it because I think it's nice. It is a gel, but it foams up into sort of a milky cleanser and leaves my skin feeling clean and nice and healthy and hydrated, so I really do enjoy it. My goal is to finish it, and I have several marks. I don't think they're all from this project, but we are right here today. So, yeah, I'm working on it. I only use this when I'm home, and my skincare isn't the best all the time, so I'm trying to get better at doing skincare both morning and night. But yeah, only need a little bit for this, but I'm sure we can use that up before the end of the project. The next prompt is for the project Color Pan, and that is to work on anything from ColourPop, 4th Ray Beauty, or Soul Beauty, any of the ColourPop brands. I only have 1 colored product from ColourPop. I should remedy that and get some more. Maybe I will this year for Black Friday. Anyway, that being said, I brought in the ColourPop Lippy Stick. This is in the matte formula, and it is the shade Cami. I tried working on this last year to finish, and I did not succeed. And I'll roll it up and show you what we have left. This is all that is left. It is a highly pigmented product, and it is detached from the base, which makes it difficult to use. My goal in this project is 25 uses or finish, whichever comes first. I'm currently wearing it as a cream blush. I am wearing it today underneath another blush. At the first first update, I used it 3 times, and since then I've used it 8. Haven't counted today's use. So that brings me to 11 out of 25 uses. So probably not going to finish it in that time, but I'm definitely working on it. And, you know, after I meet 25 uses, I might decide to keep it in. We'll wait and see how that goes. Anyway, how it goes when that date comes. Alright, moving on. Get myself less confused. Next prompt is for Disney Princess, and I chose Moana. And for that, I decided to bring in an eyeshadow from my Marby Corn palette called Moana. And if you've been around my channel for a while, you remember when I first had this, I had a hard time remembering how to say Moana. Anyway, so I brought in Moana. I am wearing it today on the outer half of my lids. My goal is to finish it, and I will try and put in a picture of what it looked like last update, and this is what it looks like now. I have been working on it. I've used it 6 times since bringing it into the project, so slow going. I may have to repress it soon. I don't know. It's still usable. But yeah, continuing to work on that. Alright, skipping down, the next project prompt is for It's Panning Cats and Dogs. And for that, I randomly selected Corgi Butt Wiggles. Something with a gel product or gel-like consistency. I brought in the Alba Botanicals Very Emollient Cream Shave in Coconut Lime, because it's kind of a gel product even though it says cream. It's a creamy gel. And my goal is to use this 15 times. At the last update I used it 4, and since then I've used it once. Yeah. Apparently we're right about there. It's hard to judge this because when I shine a light through it, the product is semi-translucent, so it's hard to guess, and there's some stuck to the sides. But that's my best guess. And that hasn't moved since the last update because I've only used it once. Wintertime is not the time I use it a lot, so we'll see. Slow and steady wins the race, they say. I've been working on that product for like 3 years, so one of these days I'll finish it. And then I will never have to buy a shave product again. Alright, moving on. The next prompt is for lip service, and that is any lip product. I decided to bring in the e.l.f., what is this called? Glow Reviver Lip Oil. This one is in Crystal Clear. And I'm almost done. There is just a little bit left in there, down there at the bottom. The stopper is still in there, and I'm still able to get product out. My goal is to finish this, and I'm going to keep working on it, and I'm guessing it's going to be done by the next update. This is my everyday lip hydrator, lip balm. And yeah, I will probably be taking the stopper out quite soon, and then, yeah, any day now. Alright, next, for The Nightmare Before Christmas, you are to work on anything that reminds you of Christmas or Halloween. So I decided to work on another shade from my Revolution Corpse Bride Butterfly palette, and this shade I worked on is Grave, which is a fitting Halloween shade, and that is this pink right here. It's got a little bit of hard pan, but it still works fine. It's kind of, they're quite creamy, so they pick up quite nicely. There it is there. It is just a nice pink shimmer. If you've seen any of my reddish looks lately, I have been wearing this on the inner half of my lids. Not always, but sometimes. Or in the inner corner. My goal with that is to use it 10 times, and as of today I've used it 6, just like I've used Eternal Love. I've used them both the same amount of times, just in different looks, because one's green, blue, and one's pink. Anyway, 6 out of 10 uses. I have 4 more uses left to go. Making sure I mark off my months. Otherwise I'll be going, I don't know how many I used it since when. Okay. Anyway, moving on. The next prompt is for That 70s Pan. And I randomly selected Popular Pottery. Something that breaks easily. For that, oh, this is so messed up now. This is my pen. Oh, it looks terrible. This is my Bite Beauty Prismatic Multi-Stick in Peacock Pearl. After the last update, the packaging was quite sticky, and I had seen people talk about how they'd used rubbing alcohol to take the stick off of some of these like silicone-coated products. So I did that. I spritzed it down with some alcohol and tried rubbing it off, and the next thing I know, the actual rubbing, the cover coating was coming off, and then I just had to keep going. But I only got half of it done. I actually like this metal. This is quite nice, but I did not want to spend time taking the rest of it off because it was just a pain, and you know, it is not sticky anymore. But also the magnetic closure, I think used to be on the base, is now stuck in the lid, and I can't get it out. I probably could use tweezers or something, but it doesn't magnetically close anymore because the magnet isn't in the proper place. It's just stuck in the lid instead of on the base. So not all that to say, I messed up the packaging, but the product is still really good. My goal is to finish it. At the last update, I'd used it 7 times, and over the last 2 months, I've used it 17 times, not counting today, so that's 18 times. I have been using it as a cream contour, and today I also have it on as a lip topper, and this is what we're looking like. So if I roll it down to the packaging, that's all that's left. You can almost, maybe you can see the bullet kind of wants to separate from the base, so I'm very careful when I use it so it doesn't break off, but we're getting there. I am whittling my way down on this. I really do enjoy it, but they don't make it anymore because this brand isn't around anymore, and this package is so messed up. I feel so bad for doing this, but at least it's not sticky anymore, which is a plus. So yeah, gonna continue working on that. Yeah. Next, for something that's not messed up, the next prompt is for that's expensive, and something you bring in something expensive. I decided to bring in a candle from Bath & Body Works in Mahogany Teak Wood Intense. My goal is to burn it for 10 times. Did I mark it at all? Probably. But that is what it's looking like. Since bringing it into the project, I've burned it 3 times. So I have 7 more uses left to go. Alright, and finally the last prompt I was working on was for That's So 2000s, and for that I brought in my MySpace top 8. So that is use your favorite product 8 times, and I brought in this eyeliner from LA Girl that is a Shockwave metallic liner in the shade Ocean. It would go really nicely with this look. I am not wearing it today though. I have worn it 8 times since bringing it in, so it is rolling out of the project. 1 down and a whole bunch left to go. Alright, so now to bring in 6 new products, we're going to go back to the beginning of the list. And the first prompt I'm bringing in is for 50 Shades of Brown. For that, I am bringing in this Purvani Ayurveda Vata Spritzer. It's a calming aromatherapy spray, and my goal is going to be to finish it. It is right down here at the bottom of the label. I got this in a Goodwill bag with a bunch of other fragrances and scents. So yeah, this is something I find nice to spritz on before bed. Let me see, does it have the scents? Let's see, ingredients. Essential oils, Palo Santo, lavender, cardamom, and vetiver. So really nice, relaxing aromatherapy spray for bedtime. Alright, the next prompt is for the 7 Deadly Sins. And for that, I randomly selected gluttony. And I decided to bring in the Warm Vanilla Spice Crumble Body Lotion from Hemp's. Because this is gluttony. This is just pure, in my opinion, pure gluttony. I mean, if you were to try and eat Warm Vanilla Spice Crumble, but this is like a gluttony, an indulgence for the skin, for the senses. It smells good. Yeah, this is my indulgence. This is my gluttony. I'm going to use it all up. That is my goal, is to finish this. and I already have uses on it, so let me grab my Sharpie and we'll kind of, it's not quite even, but we'll kind of approximate where we'll go on the high side and we'll mark it about here is where we're starting. So my goal is going to be to finish that. Alright, next is Birthstone Beauty, and I decided to go with June, which is a pearl or moonstone that I'm bringing in a nail polish from Sinful Colors that reminds me sort of a pearly moonstone color. This is a sheer polish that can be worn, built up and worn alone or used as a topper, which I do both. This is called Let Me Go, and it is really pretty. I'm bringing it in for 5 uses because I have quite a while to work on it, and I figure 5 uses for this project is pretty good because that's what I did with all my other nail polishes in this project. Alright, next, for the project happy hour, I brought in the prompt Mimosa, and I forgot to grab this product. Alright, I like to randomly select all my prompt-based products because it's funner that way. Anyway, so I randomly selected Mimosa, and that is something you use in the morning, and I decided to bring in deodorant because it's the only product I can think of that I use exclusively in the morning, although sometimes I do put it on before bed. But this is from Tom's of Maine, and it is a wild lavender aluminum-free deodorant. This one is fairly new, so my goal is going to be to finish it. That shouldn't be a problem to use up. I do not take this with me while I'm traveling though, and this is quite a large product. But when I started rolling it down, and it was coming down to at least here. So I don't know how much air is in here. And I tried shining a light through it, and the packaging is opaque, so I don't know how much is in here, but I'm pretty sure I can get that done in a year. If not, well, that's okay. It's not a year, but, you know, until July. Anyway, moving on. The next prompt is for a Nightmare on Panning Street, and for that I randomly selected The Grudge. And that is a product you wish you hadn't purchased. So for that I decided to bring in the Pacifica Dreamlit Glow Under Eye Brightener because it doesn't really do anything. I am wearing it today. It is basically like skincare. I will swatch it out for you. So that is what it looks like, but you blend it out. There's really no color to it. It just sort of brightens. I don't know. It's not a concealer, so it doesn't really cover up dark circles. So yeah, it seems like a waste of money. Luckily I brought it on clearance. But yeah, and looking at it now, it's opaque at the top, but it does get clear down at the bottom, and it looks like we're down here already. So this is in my current makeup basket. Like I said, I am wearing it today. I don't know that it does anything, but I am working on using it up, and my goal in this project is going to be to finish it. Because, yeah, I'd rather have a, I guess, creamy concealer to put on to cover my under eye circles. I mean, I guess it helps a little bit. I don't think they're that noticeable, but that could just be because my foundation. Anyway, the last prompt I am bringing in this month is Turn and Burn, where you work on any sample or deluxe size products. So I rated my stash, and I don't order online very often, and I don't get samples in store, so unless anybody out there has a bunch of samples they want to send me, this is all I got right now. So these are samples that I received last year when I ordered online for my birthday in January. So I have 2 foil samples and the remainders of another product I will show you in a minute. This is a sample of the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. And then we have the Dr. Dennis Gross Overnight Wrinkle Treatment with advanced retinol and I don't know. That's interesting. I'll have to look into using that. Alright, well anyway, that's an overnight wrinkle treatment. We'll see if that does anything. And the last product I'm bringing in at this time is from Origins. It is a deluxe sample of a face mask. I've used most of it already, you can see, but there's just a little bit left. This is the Out of Trouble 10-minute mask to rescue problem skin. It's basically like a mentholated clay mask. It's almost done. So we're bringing that one in. And then if I get more foil samples over the holidays, when I do some holiday birthday shopping, then I'll bring those in. But for now, that's all I have. And if anybody, like I said, wants to send me any, reach out to me and let me know, because I am open to samples, especially fragrance samples. I just don't order online. I buy everything in person, and you don't get very many samples when you shop in person. Anyway, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this very long video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you do that while you're here. And until my next video, remember to take care of yourselves. Stay true to you, and I love you no matter who or what you are. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!